Great. Welcome to Class 4, Part 2, The Painter's Blueprint, Unlocking Strong Composition and Value. Thank you guys so much for really adding a lot to our conversation this morning, or the first part about just how to observe our own photos and how to take photos, and then how to choose from the different elements that lead us through the painting. We're going to take a quick break from the lesson and jump over to our Padlet page here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and pin myself and share to our Padlet page. And I have not had much of a chance to, are you guys seeing the Padlet?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Great. So we ended here with the class handouts. So the value, edges, and contrast, just as a little diagram. The handout again, which is going to be for this class and next class. Lisa added about the book boards, which is exactly what I've been using. Great job. I don't even know how you track that down, but this is what I've been using. I think they come out to $1 or less than $1 per sheet. And the only problem is I bought the 25 sheets, and I think I even bought a bigger pack, thinking because they were cheaper. And the amount of gesso that it takes to make these boards usable is extreme. So I'm like not sure if I'm actually saving money, because you have to gesso both sides because they will warp, of course. But they are still fun. Again, that's what I'm using. But the problem is I've painted a couple of pretty good paintings on some of them. Yeah, it's, I mean, use cardboard, use whatever. When I say use cardboard, I've had students in the past use corrugated cardboard. Don't use that to paint on. I mean, you can, but it's going to be very purposeful. But yeah, just literally, like when I'm unloading picture frames and they have that piece of cardboard in there, I'll just save that, right? Just in gesso over it real quickly and use that as something to sketch on. You can put gesso over paper. You can use gesso over anything. But yeah, these book boards are fantastic. I've had a really good time painting over them. Almost too good of a time because I don't know how to sell them. I appreciate, I've had a couple of you guys who have reached out wanting to inquire about buying sketches from me, demos and different things. That is something I do. Were any of you guys in my class? I know Linda Camarada was, and a couple others, where I actually just sold all my demos from like the previous years and paintings I did for my daughter. So that is a thing we can do. And I sell them at I think the last time we did it, I just said, pay what you want. So I could put together a group of sketches if you guys are interested in that. What I did last time was when my daughter was starting college. So I guess that was 2 years ago, and just donated all the money to her schooling. So that's a good way for all of us to get something that we kind of want and to go towards helping somebody. We could also figure out an organization or something.
I don't know if this is my machine, but you have a bit of static. Is anyone else hearing that?
Yes, I'm hearing it
Oh,
too.
I apologize. Yeah, my microphone had slipped down. Oh gosh, I think my dog is on the wire. I was wondering like why it felt like I was being pulled down.
But I heard static this morning, even before Michael got here. So I left the class and came back thinking it was maybe the connection, and it was still there. So it may just be the internet.
So I
today.
added, here's my mic. And I used to put it right here, but then my beard rubbed on it. So now I've added it to my shirt, but I added a little styrofoam that I noticed it came with. Is it better without the styrofoam on there?
Maybe.
Let's see if that styrofoam is what's rubbing. Does that sound better?
Better.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. Styrofoam, you go back in the box. Anyways, thank you, Lisa, for adding that. Yeah, I don't recommend it one way or the other, again, because it took like 3 coats of gesso to be paintable, or to make it where I felt like it was archivable. And then this was fantastic from, I think, Linda Morgan O'Connor. I think maybe we talked about that a little bit last week. Yeah, this is fantastic with the different sizes and everything else. So that's there. And now reference photos. And again, we're just going through this really quick because I just want to look at some of your work. This is fantastic.
Yeah, that was this morning. I woke up and it looked
Beautiful.
like somebody turned on all the lights in my house. So I confused the cats and I ran up the bluff and took a few pictures. It was stunning. That's
Yeah,
the
and these are the
color.
kind of reference photos that freak me out, where it's so beautiful, but like, what do I do with all of this
Exactly, yeah.
information? And yeah, I would just get rid of all of this up above
Yeah.
and just paint down below. And yeah, no, that's really cool. Thank you. And I mean, it really goes to what we were just talking about just being values. So foreground, middle ground, kind of an in between. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. And then I think you guys are asking, I added a number of the photos from today's conversation there. So you guys are always more than welcome to use my photos. That's part of the perk, I think, of being part of my class. And all I ask is that you just say on the back, just write with, a marker or whatever, inspired by Michael Orwick's photo. That's it. And it's not because I actually care. It really isn't. It's just training you guys to, do the right thing. And so when you find things online, like let's just say this Mark Monroe Preston photo here, like somebody wanted to paint this, which would be really difficult.
That's
but
gorgeous.
That actually
is,
reminds
right?
me of one of Linda's mesquite trees.
Yes, it does.
So I think
Yeah.
that would be a fun one to paint with one of Linda's.
I have some from this morning that I took with the sun behind them. And
Behind them.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it looks sort of kind of like that. The sky was really dark. I just uploaded on the top of Mejan's beautiful picture, one from this morning. The sky was just weeping in glory today. I don't know if it shows on Michael's screen here.
We'll
But
get
that's so
there. Yeah, we'll get there. But all I ask is that if let's just say that like you were absolutely infatuated and wanted to paint from Mark Monroe Preston's photo, reach out to him. Just say, hey, I would like to paint it. I'm not going to sell it. Or, hey, I would like to paint it and I would like to enter it in a show or whatever else. And then just honor them. I have actually paid photographers multiple times for their paintings to use as references. And especially here in Oregon, like, let's just say I've gone out to the gorge, it's gorgeous. And then all of a sudden you see a photo that was so much better than the photo you took. I just write them, tell them I'm an artist, tell them I'm, what I'm going to do with the photo, and that I will pay them or give them credit or whatever they want. And then if not, especially if you're not hardly selling it or doing anything else, again, just on the back, right, inspired by, the Mark Monroe Preston's painting. If you know the title, put it on there. And it's just the better thing to do. I've had a number of my paintings repainted and with zero credit given. In fact, I've judged an art show where a person put in one of my paintings as their own. I also had Brenda Boylan, who's again in the group here, was judging a show, and she said, "What do you think about this painting?" And I was like, "That's mine." They copied it. You were with me when I took that photo.
Wow.
And it's fine. I know I'm constantly grabbing things off the internet and being inspired by everything. So it's just save yourself the heartache. Just give credit where credit is due. And yeah.
I know somebody, and I can't tell you who it is because I forget, but I was with this person and he was teaching a class, and he said he saw his picture and the girl was selling it for whatever, and he approached her and asked about it, and he sued her.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst case scenario. It's
Yeah.
really hard to sue somebody for taking your paintings. unless they're making money or you're losing money on it. But you know, for most of us painters, that's not a big issue. But yeah, just stay away from it. And the thing that I've seen, which is the worst, is just the embarrassment, because people will post on, and I see this probably once or twice a month, is people on Facebook just posting, hey, look, this person stole my painting and they're trying to sell it, or they're entering a competition or whatever. And it's a career ruiner before a lot of us have even started our career. And you just don't, it's you know, like comedians stealing each other's jokes or anything else. And
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
just
lot
don't
of
want to do that.
images on Facebook that I think are AI generated, and I've reached out to them a ton of times to ask them if I can use them for reference, and I never have gotten a response.
No.
Yeah, and generally you won't. Generally you won't. So that's why I mean, for one, if I'm not selling it, if it's just like I mean, I guess that's why I take so many darn photos, is I would just rather err on that side. But you guys know that you can use mine. And that, again, I just want you to just say inspired by, you know, or student of, whatever
If you
it is.
enter a show and they spot it, you get not only rejected, you get rejected forever.
Right. No, yeah, it's severe. It's severe. And they might, again, put it on Facebook and everything else, and people really don't like it. So yeah, just be careful. Take your own photos always and forever. And yeah. Yeah, I know that, Cheryl, you have a couple friends that send you photos that you get to use and things,
Yes.
and you ask permission, and that's where it comes into. But even then, I still give credit. Like even when I pay, you know,
Oh,
to
yes,
use a photo, I
definitely.
still write on the back
Mm.
what it is. So
Definitely.
great. All right. So continuing to look, and you guys are again seeing the Padlet page.
Mhm.
So Brett added a picture by Emil Nolde, maybe?
Yep, Emil
No.
Nolde.
Right. Nolde. Yeah, so I mean, so different, right? For me, this is not my typical cup of tea, but I can definitely appreciate it. And really, again, this is what I love about just sharing work with each other. And what's funny is, as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, that's a picture Brett would like. Oh, Brett's the one that posted it. Okay, great. Yeah, so tell us a little bit about Emil. And
He was a German expressionist he was part of he died in like 1955, but he was a German expressionist. He was part of that. There was a bunch of them, the Brookie group and that kind of stuff, the Blue Right. And he was then he kind of left them, and he did mostly landscapes, but he lived up on the Baltic where they had a lot of storms at seas and stuff. So he was doing a lot of storm, cloud, boat type stuff, which I really like because it reminds me a lot of where I live. So
sure, yeah.
I've always liked this stuff. It's pretty, it's pretty loose, but I've always liked, he has a lot of action going on. So
yeah, it's loose, it's high saturation, which I know you also love, good strong colors. And yeah, so anyways, you guys just keep sharing. I just really appreciate that. And then I think somebody owns this painting now.
Yes, I do.
Nice.
There, look, Linda.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Nice, very nice.
That's beautiful.
I love her work.
The nicest part about it was that she said this is her own courtyard in that new farm that they bought.
Yeah.
And she said, I wanted it to go to somebody that will really appreciate it,
Oh,
which was nice.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
nice.
And it's really cool. And what I really appreciate is, look at these soft glossed edges.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Literally
Exactly.
what we were just talking about is, these contrasts and these, yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful piece. It's got really strong brushwork as well as real soft edges. And yeah, it's a nice piece. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Almost there photos. Linda Camarada, this is an almost there photo. This one's
No, that's a photo. I wanted to put it in the photo reference, but I put it under my name. I'm brilliant.
all right. So here's what we do. We take it and I grab it, and now it'll move. And now it is under reference photos.
And there's probably a couple of more right there because I caught myself on the third one that I was doing.
Let's see. Let's see.
And I just put about 5 or 6 of them on. And this was all within about 5 minutes. This is how rapidly the sky changed this morning.
I'm not seeing. Oh gosh! Wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Looks like a
Yeah.
heavy metal cover.
That does.
could be.
That's amazing.
It was
Yeah.
scary and it was raining. It was like misting rain, but it doesn't show misty because it was so dark.
Yeah.
Jeez. Wow.
All right. Who's the most depressed amongst us?
It looks like me.
I'm not
Oh, I'll
depressed, but I
volunteer for
like
that
dark.
right now.
Yeah. What a fun
Genius
thing.
is cultivated in melancholia.
Yes.
And us artists must be sad. Tortured
Yes.
artist.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
this, you know, and the wind was blowing and it was and I started sneezing and just I was a mess.
Very
Very
cool.
Isn't that
So
cool?
again, like just what I was talking about is I've literally taken some of Linda's photos again with permission always and added, elements of her skies because, I'm not going to sell a lot of Arizona paintings where I live.
No.
But used elements from Linda's skies because you could even picture this over the coast, right? With
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
haystack
Yeah.
rocks and different things
Sure.
and just this beautiful movement. And so I'm open to taking inspiration and ideas from anywhere, mostly Linda.
Look
But,
at those clouds, the next photograph, that one. Those clouds, I mean, oh my God. I felt like a ballerina this morning, twirling
That was
around.
gorgeous.
Beautiful it is.
You can actually
That's
see.
amazing to me. I just
yeah, it's gorgeous. Really is. So
Yeah.
much movement and yeah, wonderful.
hard to paint.
Where are these?
Right in front of my house.
No, I mean, where is that?
Oh, and in the Sonoran Desert, halfway
Ah,
between Tucson
desert.
and Phoenix, Arizona.
Desert.
In the desert, yes.
Yeah, what a difference between us Pacific Northwest folks and
Yeah.
awesome.
And-
Oh, and then I think if I scroll down, there's some from sorry.
And as I was walking back to the house, I walked about a mile out this morning and the creosote bushes were popping up and blooming. So
Wow.
I don't know how they bloom like
Wow.
after a rain, but oh my God, and the desert smells heavenly when it blooms.
Yep. And now we're even recruiting Riley
The
from their
dog-
dog walks and everything. Whoa, wow.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Didn't see
Wow.
this one.
that's gorgeous. Ooh. Look at that bird.
Yeah.
And that's a heron, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Now notice that in the sun above, you've almost got the
Oh, an eagle flying over it. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
I see that.
Almost.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, I keep touching the button. There you go. Yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, I would probably
Yeah.
straighten out the horizon line a little bit, but
Very-
great. Well, thank you guys for continuing to share all of this stuff. And so I'm just going to go ahead and ask because I would like it's already a half hour left, like a little time to do a quick demo for you guys. So is there any who really has some big questions on the last week? Because I know we started at the end going forward. Is there anybody who's really, I mean, we can just skim really quickly, like what a wonderful color palette.
It's
Mm,
beautiful.
Yeah.
This is Beverly.
Gosh, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, I look at stuff like that or stuff like this and I'm like, ooh, what I could do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good job,
Great color,
Beverly.
Beverly.
Adding a lot of palettes. So you're doing high saturation to low, just adding white, and then you're doing mixes as well there. Is Beverly with us still?
Yes. You're
You'll
muted.
have to save those for next class.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
I've done a few bits. I did an autumn color sort of experiment with a palette knife with these autumn type colors, and then I've also done a sort of subtle sky with the purpley blues and the yellows and the apricot color. So I've been just sort of trying to put them into a picture.
yeah. Well, hopefully you'll share them if you're.
Well, it's just a bit of slapdash, a bit of practice, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, 100%. No, I got distracted by I'm supposed to be working on a big commission, and I've been literally mixing colors, and then like, ooh, that would look great on this little painting that I've got hanging on the wall, and all the other things. So I totally get it. All right.
Michael, it's Kim here. I came across one of the a bunch of posts with grayed out colors. Do you know what heading that might be under? Because I can't find it again.
Oh, I moved them. If you're talking about just the color schemes,
Far to the right.
far to the right, I moved the
Yeah,
color thing
there they
over
are.
here, color inspiration. If
Awesome.
that's what you're talking about.
That must be it. Thank you. I didn't get that far over. Thanks.
No, yeah, that's fine. I moved it over because not this term, but next one starting in January I'll bring that back over because that'll be a focal point.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, does anybody have any really pressing questions?
Yes. She has, sorry. I was just gonna ask, maybe go quickly through them. I did a whole bunch of them and of the same.
I like your drawings.
Yeah, I think you've done really, really well with that. I think there was one that I commented on, maybe the most recent one. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so-
much better since you just changed that bit.
Right. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Mange really chose a difficult.
I know. I think I got it out of my system now, though. I like these most. I don't really care much for the color ones, but I really like these.
Nice.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, those
really
are
fun.
nice.
They're beautiful.
Frame nose.
It's interesting how they kind of do change, like what they're about, what the reference, like the mood, the idea, just with these subtle shifts. Like this one has the darker darks, this one put the dark onto the figure, but not anywhere else. And this one became all muted midtones and light values. Yeah.
That's
So
lovely.
yeah, here, I mean, the main thing is that you put your darkest darks right on the top.
Yeah,
which
weird.
really, really kind of destroys. If this was just lighter, I think you just need to trust us.
Okay,
You'll see it.
Yeah, I'll make them lighter. Yeah, you're right. It's very weird. It's just like a weird dark line there.
Right. Yeah. And
Doesn't
I
make sense.
understand because what happens is you've got a dark versus a light, but so our brain reads it as much darker than it typically is. And that happens all the time. But truthfully, this is probably not going to be that dark, even though I know your photo reference. But see how not dark it is?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, true.
The one that she painted that you just looked at, if that's fog, won't that go across there more in a even line rather than going up against the top?
Yeah, probably. But I was looking.
I was just thinking if you lightened those other places a little bit and brought it down a little bit, it would look more realistic.
Yeah, I think I did that with the other ones more.
Okay.
That is a straighter line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that the force field, where painters will paint following along an edge that doesn't really exist. Again,
Doesn't
that
make
fog,
sense.
That
No.
fog knows a little bit about those trees, but it really
Not
doesn't
that
care
much.
that much. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true, but I think the other ones I did a little bit straighter line. I don't know. It's just
That one's a little more, yeah.
With
Yeah.
the line, it has a stylized quality that you see in some fairy tale illustrations. I
Right.
don't
Yeah.
know if you know
Even
which
like
ones I'm-
Arthur Rackham and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
there's somebody, yeah, I can't think who it is, but they did these kind of edgings, particularly that other one that had a little bit of reddish quality to it. But it's a style, then it's a
Oh, well, look
style.
what. So you're getting it here where you're kind of washing it out, but
Yeah.
it's almost now too washed out.
Yeah.
And you're also adding a temperature shift, which is really extreme between your lights and your. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I can see, and I know as painful as these probably kind of are, these are going to be really great for learning and really useful.
Mm.
And I very much appreciate the struggle. I love seeing you guys in pain.
Thanks so
Well, it
much.
was good thing.
Michael.
But yeah, it's really these are all things that I've like dealt with, as I'm learning how atmosphere works and fog works and values work and temperature shifts work. And it's almost like you have to go through it. I mean, having me explain it, having me show you way too many photos this morning, giving you a handout, all the things are useful, but you literally have to do it. You have to beat your head against that wall and just go, okay, why is it working? Why is it not working?
Yeah.
And again, we go back to previous classes and just saying, okay, thank you. What did I learn? What would I do again? This might be my favorite.
Yeah, mine too.
I like that.
I like it.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Great.
I'm just cleaning my brushes, but then it's like, oh, I actually like it.
That's beautiful.
But that's an
Thank you.
example
Yeah.
of being relaxed and having fun.
And it has a sun.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it has trees.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The guy's gone.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
He's
No.
walked on.
So fun.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate all that hard work. I mean, we can all appreciate that you just did so much
Amen.
experimentation, exploring. And none of these are lost. Like you could literally come back in as they dry and soften up some of these edges, lighten up, reconfigure some of your darks. And that's the great thing about both oils and acrylics is that they're repairable. Like you can go back and revisit them and change them up. It gets tough when you're painting wet into wet into wet into wet, and becoming impatient and all of a sudden making a muddy mess. But you can either wipe them back or palette knife, scrape them back, or you can just be patient and wait a week or two and then come back in. And
yeah,
so fantastic. All right. I think I heard one or two other people say
Yeah,
they
I've
would
got a
like to talk
painting that
about.
I'd just like an opinion on too. I think I'm done, but I don't know.
Who am I talking to? Sorry.
Gail.
Yeah.
Gail. This is
That
where
one.
you guys find out I don't actually know how the alphabet works and I can't
Yeah.
find your names. Okay. All right. Everybody sees Gail's painting?
Yeah.
Let me let a dog out here and I can hear you guys. I'm just, Callie. All right, let's hear it, Gail. What are you questioning?
The foreground, I'm just not quite happy with it. I don't know if it needs more or less.
Well, I always love your paintings.
Yeah. You know how there was that red in the base of those Queen Anne's lace that we saw earlier?
Talking about the painting below, the underpainting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one that we saw, and maybe if a little bit more chroma. I don't know how to explain it, but I think that a little bit more of that sort of red, that something to bring it forward a little bit.
I was wondering along the same sort of lines, but I was really just thinking that maybe in the foreground you'd see more of the darks. It's all a bit light, and
Right.
it needs grounding a little bit. Maybe I don't know.
Well,
No,
for me,
Beverly Drew gets the gold star for today.
Oh,
I like that, Beverly. That was very nice.
Basically, if you say what I was going to say, you're the smartest student in the class. No, that's what I would do.
What about when I
needs-
stole your intro? That's me saying what you were about to say.
That's so funny. Yeah, it needs a counterbalance over here, and
Okay.
you've got these bushes that you could add some darks. It doesn't need to be huge, but right now this area is really flat.
Yeah,
Some warmer.
I just wasn't sure what to do with it.
Yeah, I would bring some shadows and darks into there. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot, just some into
Okay.
this area that'll counterbalance here. And then I might bring hints of it along this edge. Well, your light is coming from the left, so maybe that doesn't
Yeah.
work as much. So maybe actually on the backs of them.
Okay.
And that will lead us through, and again, counterbalance, because right now, all my weight goes to this
Yep.
side.
Yep.
but I also bounce back to the flowers in the bottom left. And it's hard for me to get beyond them. I want to go beyond them. I want to go to where the dark, shadows are with the trees.
Mm,
But I just feel like there's kind of a wall of flowers that I can't get by.
mm. So I wonder then if you used a dark line or two, an area of dark, and then hinted at it and brought us back at this angle.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I
So
guess
then
I'm looking at the path, and the flowers are growing along the path, and to the right, the ones that are going back. But the ones in the very front, I guess I'm not sure if there is a path going across the front that I can't walk over, or like why are they in a row? And again, I love the painting. I mean, I love your work. It's just some of my favorite. Always, I look forward to it. But I just did notice with this one that my eyes just kept coming back to the flowers in the bottom left, and I want to go beyond there.
Okay.
Yeah, I kept expecting a figure in the middle walking. I'm waiting for something to pull me into the scene. I think it's maybe just that it needs something dark or sharper of edge.
Well, let's see. So this will be the most rudimentary version of this possible. So let's see if I go with markup. Let's go to a dark. I don't really know how these tools work because I don't use this for marking up stuff. Ooh, that's really dark. Okay, we're just gonna have to pretend. So imagine this isn't as dark as I'm about to put it in here. So this becomes a focal point and this becomes a focal, I guess, focal area, right? But we need to get through this to get to that. So when I look at this, and again, we know that the light's coming from the left to the right, right? Shadows on the right side, light on the left. We can, again, just imagine this is a horrible tool. Can I open this with Photoshop?
No. Speaking.
Give me 1 second. Photoshop is loading. Okay, there we go. So now I can choose a color. So as nice as that super simple, cheap, free version is, it is nice to have some kind of a version. So I can just grab a color, which shows me the color here. I can choose a darker version of that because I don't want it to be black. Do you guys see that? I want it to be a little less saturated. If I go to this side, it stays really saturated. It's a warm red. I want to go to a shadow side, and I can even move that towards blue, but I'm not going to. And I'm just going to find a brush tool This is a huge version of it. I'm going to do opacity 50%. And so again, as I see it, and Gail, completely correct me if I'm wrong, but I see this as a focal area because of the contrast. And I see this a focal area because of the contrast and the interest of shapes and design.
And
So
truly,
what
the focal point is in the back.
yeah, where you're leading us.
Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So right now, it has like this trail, which is super simple. And again, you're leading us right into the corner, which not a personal favorite of mine.
Okay.
But let's just see what happens if
There's a running man.
yeah, he's a rabbit actually.
Yeah.
Take it down a little bit.
No,
really
it's a
dark.
drone. It's the shadow of a drone.
And you know, all these are movable. This is just me
Right.
testing out like what if. So I'm trying to create a counter angle to this a little bit, and it points us to here, to there. I don't love what I'm doing, but
that side needs to be more in shadow than what it is now.
something, yeah, it needs to be.
Michael, what if on the right-hand side, instead of seeing the beginning of the path, there's flowers or something, grass, like hanging out right in the right corner?
Yeah, I had flowers there in the beginning, in the bottom corner where it kind of falls off. And I was
Yeah.
afraid to cut off.
Ooh, I have an idea. I'm gonna cool this down. I have no idea what this is gonna look like. But if for those of us who like Ramona Youngquist and who like California Impressionism, there's a trick they do
Oh, yeah.
where the shadows in the foreground is in a bit of a shadow color. That's not a
Yes, and that takes
should
be
care
a
of
little-
that clump. Yep, that takes care of that middle clump of flowers. I think that's for me the only stumbling block.
and then you can almost watch this. Let's just see if it works. I have no idea, Gail. Don't do this until I'm done. What if there was shadows from trees that we don't see?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm wondering, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of put that all in shadow.
Yeah, I would definitely check out Ramona Youngquist because kind of leads to this shadow.
Okay.
But I still want your angles. I still want your movement. So I'm not super excited. I'm also not happy about the colors I'm using, but
But I could glaze over all of it a little bit.
yeah, let's switch. Let's warm this up. Oh, that's crazy town. How is that? How is that a 24% opacity? So I don't love this color. This blue is crazy.
Oh, but there's purple in there, and I can make a transparent purple with just the quinacridone red and a little blue. Not add white, just thin it out with glazing medium.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I apologize about the colors I've chose. Is it chosen?
I have chosen or I chose.
Ugh.
And both there.
You have
My
a
mom
tree.
was, my
tree
mom was the
shadow.
English teacher that always corrected me so much that I would start to forget which one was right.
There, you have a tree shadow casting a shadow up there in the background there.
Yeah.
So it's already established as a concept.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not what I'm not happy with it, but something like that. Let's just go back to Big difference.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So I can mess with that.
But yes, something here. It's just
Mhm.
not inviting. And again, we
No,
could just
it's too flat.
too flat. Yeah.
If your path had just a little more color down in the right-hand corner and you put a little more color behind that, those flowers that are sticking up, so you can kind of see the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Do any of you guys take a photo of your painting midway through or whatever and just start
Sometimes.
playing with it and stuff?
Yes, I do that all the time.
Yeah,
All the time.
So
the
I'm not
camera
going to
sees
use
things
color
that I
this
do
time.
not.
I'm just going to use light and dark. Already, I feel like that's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for those of us that are not as computer savvy, clear plastic on top or whatever else.
Yeah, I think just glazing over it is going to help a lot.
Yeah, I still want to do something up here. Not that though. I'm also using a gigantic brush. Even that kind of helps. And let's make that brush smaller. Smaller. Oh, no, that's flow. That, okay, here's the brush size.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not so cartoony as I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's softer and nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not overbearing. I mean, all of this could be softer, especially this corner. This corner is a bit of a, hitting the nail on the head. But it's the idea that I'm looking for a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
time. As far as I can tell, your lighting is pretty directly left to right.
Right.
I'm wondering if we shifted it slightly to be a bit more of an angle. No, I don't know. I don't think so, because the angle would be this way, which would lead into these lines. So yeah, it's always weirdly, strangely complicated, but
Start with one thing.
I also wonder, what
Laser
if this trail wasn't so perfect, right? Like I'm seeing, like I'm beginning to hint at a trail that's turning and moving.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you wouldn't do this with shadows. You would add light onto here, actually. You could add shadow to the backside and then shadow
Right.
on this side. But just something to, I'm gonna scribble real quick. So ignore this line, but I'm just thinking something like our eye we're trying to move us from here to here, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if we had some movement? Right? What if it wasn't just such a straight trail?
Mm-hmm.
It's far less peaceful now. It's too busy.
Yeah, for
It's a
sure.
very tranquil scene.
Yeah, and that's always why it's just the what ifs.
Yeah.
Well, and I wouldn't add this burnt color everywhere. Like it just looks like somebody walked around with a blowtorch.
Yeah.
But what if, here, let me do another tool. So I have could not clone stamp. Why not? again, I'm just trying to think of a bit of a S curve or something. Again, if I go back to the initial, it's just a fairly straight line.
Okay.
And it's following this shape, which is following this shape. Yeah, what's funny is it's a peaceful, very pastoral, partly because of your colors and your values are pretty limited, pretty muted. So I kind of don't want to overplay it and make it complicated, just like Beverly was saying. Okay, I'm going to do one more time. Let's try stamp tool. Where'd you go? Oh, I'm on it. Okay. Let's go here. I'm just going to move this line in. Just so we break that angle up just a touch.
It's just not so straight.
Right.
Doesn't have to wander that much. It just needs
Yeah, you gotta earn it a little bit. Yeah.
Now that fixed it, I think. That's really.
All right. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it looks nice.
I think that's almost all it takes. It's just not that straight line.
Okay.
And I think, again, if we brought a couple shadows, but not nearly as strong as I was doing.
And bringing some of those light flowers from the left corner more over into the trees, like you kind of alluded to a little bit of that with the light spots. And now your eyes aren't stuck in those flowers. They're looking for that color on the other side as well. They jump over there.
And maybe if the flowers clumped a bit more, they're a little too individuated, so they kind of sort of draw you without you wanting to be there.
It's gorgeous, so beautiful.
It really is. No, that's the thing, is it's such a beautiful pastoral, soft scene. I mean, we all want to be there and relax and listen to the honeybees and everything else.
I think I've got a good idea.
Okay.
What to do. So thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different experiments right there.
Show us when you get it done.
I will.
Oh, yes.
I love the trees on the right, all of the trees, but I love the sky holes and the tilt to how the trees are tilting on the left, because trees do that in marshes. They move.
Well, yeah, that's true. And what I know Gail can do is, I mean, this painting is going to be dry in a couple of days, is you can literally come in with just a little bit of a darker, cooler glaze, and then you can wipe it away. You can put it on like I did, like with just a giant brush. Let's make it huge again. Woohoo! That's a big one.
How big is the painting? How big is this?
It's just a 9 by 12. It's a little one.
Oh, too bad. I wish it were big. It has just this wonderful soft, you want to fall right into it. It's sort of like a pile of leaves or something, but it's like a giant soft.
It looks nice.
Yeah, see that adds to it right there. That's why I say I think you can go in and glaze it.
Right. Yeah. Let's try
and
a
just kind
blue.
of sneak up on it.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can always wipe it back away, right? Yeah. And what's funny is I just told you all the warm colors need to be up front and all the texture and all the, but we can.
Well, this is definitely one of those that's backwards because the light colors are in back.
Ooh, kind of like the spotlight effect on the trees. Let's even cool that down. Let's even go to a blue or blue.
That's looking good.
Sorry, I'm spending so much time on this, but this is really, oh, not that one.
That's good.
It's fascinating. That's how we learn.
Too much white. Let's go to a cooler, darker blue.
That's gorgeous.
See how that just kind of spotlights?
Mm-hmm.
So it gives us somewhere to get through, not step over, but just walk
Just
through.
get through it.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I mean, I love even playing with, you know, famous artists' paintings and go, what would I do? You know, how would I think my way through this?
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm just testing how strong can we get with those shadows, and I think this is getting too strong.
Yeah, that's too strong.
Interesting, interesting. All right. I've messed it up plenty good for you.
I like that purple.
You've given me some good ideas. Yeah, I like purple and yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, big difference. I mean, you'd have to bring back those flowers and all the other things, but
Well, if I glaze over them, I can wipe away a little bit too.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Cool. All right. Thanks for letting
Thank
us
you
mess
very
with
much. I've got a big black square in the middle of my screen. My computer's dying, so I'm gonna sneak out and sneak back in real fast. Get rid of it.
that. Okie doke. All right. Anybody else? I know Graham's done a number of different
Yes.
paintings here.
I have a question.
Yep.
I posted a painting by Kevin Coder, and in the the background of that, the mist over those trees, totally I can't figure it out. I cannot figure it out because the trees have color, and I just I would more than welcome some suggestions how to approach that background.
So what I want you to do quickly is go, okay, what is the color?
That's my one of my questions, because the main body of trees is very reddish, but on the left side, those trees have a real lavender touch to them. So do you paint an under painting of those trees and then go over them, or go over the whole thing? Or I'm totally flummoxed.
I
and Kevin,
have an idea, but go on.
No, let's hear it.
From, I guess, being an acrylic painter, the way that I would treat that is having two brushes, one with, okay, so to me it is gray. I'm seeing like a brownish gray, and I would have like a yellowish gray on one brush, and then have that pinkish reddish gray on the other, and paint kind of like you're brushing your teeth. That's kind of how I describe it when I'm teaching people how to paint clouds with acrylic. Is I'm like, don't use the tip of the brush, turn it on its side a little bit as if you're brushing your teeth, and then those little circles. And then with that second brush, that's what I would use to soften the edges, and it would kind of naturally blend into that gray, because it's not a very harsh separation between the colors.
No, that's very close.
Yeah.
But the entire
So-
background then is very golden. So it's just anyway, yeah, whatever ideas I'm open to. Definitely.
Well, when you say very golden, I think that reframing it when you look at it to think it is relatively golden compared to the other tones in there, because when I look at it, I do see quite a bit of gray. So it could just be, see, even towards the right side, there's almost like this lime gold to it. So I see kind of, and it might just be because, it's on a screen. It's a photo of a printed photo on a screen.
It's one of Michael's artists that he had put up some time back. So yeah, it was one that he had, and I chose it for that purpose.
Yeah, I would do the yellowish, grayish color first, and then get that pinkish brown gray. And right in the middle of the path, there's almost like a very, very, very light, like periwinkle kind of a gray to me. But color is relative. That is actually the big problem.
Yeah, can you guys see it here on Pinterest?
Mhm.
Yeah, the colors are so different. It doesn't have those pinks. It's much more grayed down. So Kevin typically will do an underpainting and then kind of scumble and glaze across the top. You can see it. You can see him dry brushing over the top.
Okay. And that needs because it's oil. This was the other thing I tried that, but I was trying to get it dry in a hurry because of our week, and you can't do it over something that's not perfectly dry.
Right. No, exactly right.
So that was one. So I'll scrape that off and try again.
No, that's fine. And what he also does is he does get his values and his colors. It's not like he just painted this black. So he's getting his values and colors somewhat close, and then he comes in and softens his edges. And I shouldn't say like I know that's what he's doing, but that's how I perceive what he's doing.
Makes sense.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of examples of artists who do similar things. Oh, here's one of mine. But yeah, that's. Where are you going, computer? Okay, we're back. Yeah, I think you're onto something, and I think it's fun to experiment. And there are like you can literally just try to match the colors, and there's nothing wrong with that. I really like what you're doing here. I think what's funny is I think Linda Camarada also painted the same picture by.
She did. I think I remember that. Yeah. And that's paper, just on paper, and the oil paint just sucked right into it. But again, I decided that I've not been happy, and I'm trying to, get over the not wanting to face the blank canvas, and trying to learn some of the techniques that I see, and I don't really know how to do them. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm just picking your artists, most of your artists that you've shown, and I picked them for specific reasons. And so that's what I'm doing.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah, and I mean, I would be pretty annoyed at you if you were getting them right first time every time.
Oh yeah, there's no way I couldn't be that arrogant to think I'm going to be able to copy, a well-known artist, but I can learn from their work. And I was really being unhappy with almost everything I've done recently, and I had to do something. I had to make a plan to try to get out of that, and so this is my plan. And
no, it's fantastic. Yeah,
it's been and of course
here's a Ramona Youngquist.
She's probably one of my favorite
I like your
artists,
painting.
that you showed us.
Yeah, that's nice.
And again,
one thing I want you guys to remember, even when you're copying masters paintings or living painters, is that if they painted it again, it would be different. You know what I mean? It's not like every time you paint, like I almost think it's harder to copy a painting sometimes than it is to make a painting, in that they're accidental. They're playing, especially with loose painters like Ramona and Kevin and others, is like they're making and they're excited when they get a happy, beautiful brushstroke, right? And to try to figure out what that swirl and that swish and how they loaded that brush up just so would be kind of remarkable. Again, I think if we just asked Ramona, hey, Ramona, repaint this exactly as it is, she wouldn't be able to. So I think you're doing great. What I do think is I actually love your reds better than Ramona's, but your yellow is ultra bright.
It is, and that's one of my issues I've had all along is trying to get the oranges, golds, and yellows, and I'm still struggling with that.
Yeah. You know, if you need to neutralize a yellow, who wants to say what color that should be?
Yeah.
Complementary on the other side of the
Purple,
Yeah,
purple.
purple.
Yeah. Purple to, and then I wouldn't be surprised if Ramona's not using some kind of an earthy reddish color as well. I know
In
she
this-
loves her transparent earth red and oxide browns and stuff to neutralize colors as well and bring them back
In
to
this
a
case,
earthy.
I think white, the cool of white would actually bring it down.
Into
'Cause
this.
white does go bluish, and maybe it would.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Or a lavender.
I'm
Like-
trying to see the value shifts. Yeah, lavender, definitely. So I mean, this is fantastic. I would be
Yeah, I really like that.
beautiful. And
It's
look
terrific.
at this gorgeous little
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
calligraphy in your brushwork and stuff. I mean, you're getting so, I mean, there's some gorgeous lines and just little marks that you're making. So yeah, I understand the struggle, but at the same time, be happy.
Yeah,
Well,
that's pretty.
I needed to have a plan because what I was doing was becoming very unsatisfactory and very frustrating for me. And I wanted to break away from that. And
Absolutely.
so my plan was to look at some of the artists I really love and try to, figure out how they do what they do. And then maybe I can get back to some of my own photographs and use something that maybe I learned. And that one, I just had several disasters. The foreground, for me didn't seem so bad, but the background, I just couldn't come up with that background. So yes, this is my big question.
It so does not look like the artist is struggling. It has a real lively freshness to it.
Right.
So your struggles are causing you to have a certain forcefulness of stroke or something, because it doesn't read like somebody who's struggling, nitpicking. It
No,
doesn't
it
have
doesn't.
that look at
Yeah.
all.
I like your
That's
paint.
right.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, no, be happy. Yeah. And I'm not saying be happy, stop learning. Be happy, keep learning. Be happy, keep
Yep,
struggling. Be happy with the struggle. But yeah, I know I'm really proud of you. These are all challenging paintings. I couldn't copy any of these nobody's gonna mistake me for any of these artists, even if I tried my hardest to paint them. But I think that you're doing really interesting, beautiful things in all of these.
I would agree.
Thank you.
There's
I
a
love it.
freshness
Yes, I
to what
think
you're
so.
doing.
I love it, Bunny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for
But
your help.
you are right. Ramona, as far as I know, every time I paint with her, she does a burnt umber or a transparent earth red underpainting, or a lot of the time. Like I bet you this painting's only like a couple inches big. And she uses a palette knife. She can be really loose and real gestural. But when I paint with her, a lot of the time it's a value study done typically with warm reds or warm browns. As far as Mark Hansen, I've never got the chance to paint with him. I've met him a couple times, but I've never got a chance to paint with him. But he is a lot more on the spot and paints very direct, as far as I know. I know that for about a year or 90 days, I don't remember what it was, he was doing 3 paintings a day.
Wow.
And really learning just to paint direct and kind of attack the painting. And those are all plein air.
Oh.
As far as Kevin McPherson, or not Kevin McPherson, this is Kevin Corder. He does let his paintings set up. I actually own 1 or 2 of his paintings. I was trying to see if they're in the studio, but they don't seem to be. But he is willing to kind of design the painting and let it paint. Again, I could be completely wrong with any one of these paintings. Kevin does use Q-tips to kind of clear out light areas, then comes back in and paints them. So yeah, there's no right or wrong way to paint. It's just kind of whatever what works for the painting or what works for you, and we'll all
Okay, go back to the Mark Hansen one. The one thing he has in his painting is that very beautiful soft sky. Which on the paper, the paint just sucked right in, and I couldn't figure out. It was too late then. I couldn't do anything different. But that sky is so light and airy, but you can see so many colors in it. And matching the blues.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure he's using a lot of colors and probably a non-absorbent surface. And
yeah, that was
yeah, I mean, I really like yours. I really like a lot of what's going on. I mean, I think your background is a little too yellow versus his is peach and pink. This area here is a little too cool and too light. Like at first I thought it was supposed to be water and didn't make sense. And then the only part I really don't like is this branch right here. It looks like a person holding their hands up, stick figure, hands up. Rejoice, you've made it to the end of the road. And that's just, that's just a matter of brushwork. I think Mark is really good about pinching the brush, meaning not holding it with a firm hand and letting the brush kind of dance and move and kind of spin.
It has that look to it.
Yeah, no, he's a very gesture. He's such a good painter. I mean, all three of the people you've chose are three of my literally favorite living artists. So
well, that's where I got them from your references. So thank you.
No, absolutely. So great job. I mean, just keep painting. I think you're doing great. And yeah, we'll figure out the subtleties of brushwork. We'll figure out the subtleties of temperature shifts and value shifts, and we'll figure out the subtleties of color and temperature shifts in here. So yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, you're doing great. Really wonderful. All right, gang. I thought my wife was going to be back to walk the dog, but I think she's still at the doctor's office. So I was going to do a quick demo on 4 values in the landscape, but what I may do is next week just do a longer demo session with 2 lessons in it. Are you guys okay with that since we're already going?
Yeah,
definitely.
All right. Well, this was a ton of fun.
Yeah.
See, stop share. Am I back to me?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Now we're back to us. Great job, you guys. It's so fun to see what you're sharing, your paintings you're doing. And yeah, we have a lot to cover as far as atmosphere, values, and edges. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this next week, going a little bit deeper dive, showing a little bit of a demo, and we're going to be starting our final project. So week 5, 6, 7. I used to do it class 6 and 7, but then realized that it's hard to critique because nobody's actually finished with their painting. So let's go ahead and using kind of these ideas and these lessons and then finessing them with what we'll be talking about next week. So start to look for kind of what's the image that you would actually like to do something a little larger, a little more finished. And if you want to start, you can. Otherwise, just kind of having that in mind for next week would be great.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Awesome. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, bye. Thanks, Michael.
Care, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good evening. Bye-bye.